When investors and founders look at Egypt, they often see a landscape defined by headlines. These stories tend to focus on macroeconomic challenges, currency fluctuations, and regional instability. This surface-level view paints a picture of risk. It suggests a market too volatile for building durable, high-growth technology companies. The common perception, or the myth, is that Egypt's business environment is a turbulent sea, difficult to navigate and too unpredictable for long-term investment. This narrative, while understandable given the news cycle, misses a much deeper, more compelling story happening on the ground. This perspective often leads to a significant miscalculation. It overlooks the immense scale and dynamism of the Egyptian market. Over 110 million people, a youthful population, and a rapidly digitizing economy, the domestic opportunity alone is massive. The myth of overwhelming instability obscures the reality of a resilient and adaptive private sector. This sector has weathered storms for decades and produced some of the region's most battle-hardened entrepreneurs. To see only risk is to be blind to the immense potential lying just beneath the surface. The truth is, a profoundly different story is unfolding within Egypt's startup ecosystem. It is a story of structure, support, and strategic growth. Far from chaotic, the country has quietly built one of the most mature and interconnected startup ecosystems in Africa and the Middle East. It's a system designed to nurture ideas and transform them into scalable businesses. This hidden architecture connects talent from universities, provides structured support through accelerators, and links promising startups with both local and international capital. The myth of instability is just that, a myth. In this analysis, we will dismantle it and present the reality. We will explore the data, the infrastructure, and the key players that make Egypt arguably the next great startup frontier. We will move beyond headlines to reveal a structured, multi-layered pipeline for founder success. This journey will show why Egypt is attracting smart capital and ambitious founders. The real story is not instability, but incredible, structured opportunity. Our central argument is simple but powerful. Egypt offers a structured, multi-layered pipeline that guides founders from a mere idea all the way to significant growth. This is not an accidental or chaotic process. It is a deliberate ecosystem built over the last decade involving a diverse set of stakeholders who are all aligned to foster innovation. This pipeline provides the resources, mentorship, and market access necessary to build and scale a company successfully. It de-risks the early stages of a startup's life and provides a clear pathway to funding and expansion. This structured approach is what makes the Egyptian market unique and so compelling. Throughout this essay, we will dissect this pipeline piece by piece. We will start by examining the ecosystem's foundation, the interconnected network of startup hubs, incubators, accelerators. These are not just shared office spaces. They are the gatekeepers and launchpads of the entire system. We will show how they provide critical early-stage funding, hands-on mentorship, invaluable opportunities to test products in real-world environments. These hubs act as the first crucial filter, identifying promising founders and preparing them for the next stage, ensuring a steady flow of high-potential startups. Next, we will turn our attention to the capital that fuels this growth. We will map out the venture capital landscape, identifying the most active local VCs, regional VCs, development finance institutions pouring capital into the market. We will explain why this foreign capital is so drawn to Egypt, pointing to the large market, the diverse sectors ripe for disruption, and the deep pool of strong technical talent. This flow of investment provides the necessary fuel for startups to move from early traction to serious scale, creating a vibrant and competitive funding environment. Finally, we will explore the tangible opportunities and future trends that define the Egyptian market. We will pinpoint the specific under-digitized industries, real estate, healthcare, that are begging for technological solutions. We will also look ahead, outlining the trends that will shape the country's next decade: green industrialization, digital government services, the rise of AI-first companies. By the end, you will see Egypt not as a risk to be managed, but as a strategic market full of concrete opportunities for founders and investors alike. The Egyptian startup ecosystem is not a random collection of companies and investors. It is an intentionally designed network that methodically connects four critical pillars: universities, startup hubs, corporate partners, investors. This integrated structure forms the bedrock of the entire pipeline, creating a continuous flow of talent, ideas, and capital. It begins in the lecture halls of institutions like American University in Cairo, Cairo University, German University in Cairo, producing a steady stream of engineering and business talent. These universities are becoming the first point of contact for aspiring entrepreneurs, hosting hackathons, business plan competitions, and entrepreneurship programs. From these academic breeding grounds, the journey typically leads to the ecosystem's core support structures. A dense network of startup hubs and incubators acts as the next crucial link. They provide physical space and a structured environment where raw ideas can be refined. They bridge a graduate with a promising concept to resources to turn it into a tangible project. This phase is about validating the core problem and shaping a solution, not instant scale. The ecosystem catches talent early and guides it, preventing promising ideas from dissolving. The third pillar, corporate and public sector engagement, provides the testing ground: banking, telecommunications, real estate. These firms see innovation as a tool for evolution, offering a real-world sandbox to pilot products. A fintech startup testing payments with a major bank. A logistics startup optimizing routes for a manufacturing firm. The government, via initiatives like the Ministry of Communications and Information Technologies (TIC), offers pilot projects for scale and validation. Finally, all these paths converge toward the investor community. By the time a founder meets with a venture capital firm like Algebra Ventures or Sawari Ventures, they are not just presenting an idea, but a vetted concept with a working prototype, early user feedback from pilots, and a mentored, stress-tested team. This de-risks investment for VCs and creates a more efficient market for capital. This four-part foundation ensures the journey from classroom to well-funded company is a structured, repeatable process. The Egyptian startup pipeline can be visualized as a multi-stage conveyor belt, systematically moving founders and their ideas through distinct phases of development. The first stage is pure ideation. This is where a founder identifies a problem, often one they have personally experienced within Egypt's unique market context. Perhaps the difficulty of securing working capital for a small family business, or the logistical nightmare of last-mile delivery in a crowded city. At this point, the ecosystem's role is to provide a forum for exploration. Co-working spaces, university clubs, and online communities become places where these nascent ideas can be discussed, challenged, and refined among peers. Once an idea solidifies, the conveyor belt moves to the prototyping stage. This is where the abstract concept begins to take physical or digital form. The focus here is on building a minimum viable product. Support comes from incubators and tech hubs that offer access to software development kits, cloud computing credits, and technical mentorship. A founder might build a simple app to digitize inventory for small retailers or a basic hardware device for monitoring water usage. This phase is not about perfection. It is about speed and learning. The goal is to create something functional enough to test the core assumptions of the business with real users, quickly and cheaply. The third stage is one of the most critical: the pilot program. This is where Egypt's ecosystem truly differentiates itself. Through established partnerships, accelerators, and hubs, connect startups with large corporations or government entities for structured pilot opportunities. This is the first real-world test of the product's viability and market fit. For example, a healthcare tech startup might get the chance to implement its booking system in a small chain of private clinics. This phase is invaluable. It provides crucial data, a first referenceable client, and powerful validation that the solution works in the messy reality of the market. Success here is a powerful signal to future investors. Finally, the conveyor belt reaches the early revenue stage. Having successfully completed a pilot, the startup is now focused on converting that initial validation into a repeatable sales process. The goal is to sign the first few paying customers and demonstrate a clear path to monetization. This is the moment the founder proves that people are willing to pay for the solution they have built. Achieving this milestone, even on a small scale, transforms the startup's narrative. It is no longer just a promising idea. It is a real business with tangible traction. This is the trigger point that attracts the attention of seed-stage VCs and angel investors, preparing the company for its first significant injection of growth capital. Section 3. The gatekeepers. Accelerators as launchpads. Within this pipeline, accelerators and incubators function as the essential gatekeepers and quality control mechanisms. They are not merely passive landlords offering desk space. They are active talent scouts and company builders. Flat 6 Labs, Falac Startups, EFG, EV, fintech. These organizations have become primary entry points for serious early-stage founders in Egypt. Their application processes are highly competitive, the first major filter. Getting accepted into one of these top-tier programs is a significant stamp of validation. Once inside, these accelerators act as intensive, high-pressure launchpads. 3 to 6 months of a grueling but transformative process. The curriculum is ruthlessly practical, focused on core business mechanics. Define customer segments. Refine the value proposition. Build a coherent financial model. They are paired with seasoned mentors who provide direct, unfiltered feedback. This structured mentorship dramatically accelerates the learning curve and hardens the business model. A key function of these gatekeepers is to facilitate market testing in a controlled environment. They leverage extensive networks to broker the pilot opportunities crucial for validation. An accelerator with strong ties to the financial sector can place its fintech cohort into pilot programs with leading banks. Another focused on logistics can connect startups with major shipping and e-commerce companies. This curated access to market is a huge advantage. It allows startups to bypass months of cold calls and gatekeepers, giving direct lines to decision-makers. This is where a startup's theoretical value is translated into tangible, operational proof. The culmination is typically a demo day, the startup's formal debut to the investment community. This is not just a presentation, it is a highly orchestrated event showcasing the graduating cohort to VCs, angel syndicates, and corporate venture arms. By this point, startups have been polished, their pitches perfected, and their business metrics validated. The accelerator effectively acts as a trusted intermediary, vouching for the quality of the startups it presents. This creates an efficient fundraising dynamic. Investors get pre-vetted deal flow, and founders pitch to relevant, active capital providers. Table of Contents. Part 3. Act 2. Hubs, Accelerators and Services, about 3 section. Section 1. More than just a desk. The hub value proposition. When we talk about startup hubs and accelerators in Egypt, their function extends far beyond providing physical office space. These organizations are the engine room of the early-stage ecosystem. They offer a comprehensive suite of services to turn a raw idea into an investable company. One critical service is access to early catalytic capital, pre-seed grants, small seed-stage investments, typically $20,000 to $100,000. This initial funding is the lifeblood for a fledgling startup. It lets founders leave their day jobs, hire their first technical team member, cover costs to build and launch an MVP, without giving away significant equity too early. Capital is delivered through various mechanisms. Top accelerators like Flat 6 Labs, Falac Startups. They operate dedicated funds and invest directly in cohort companies. That aligns incentives. Accelerator success tied to portfolio success. Hubs also provide extensive training on financial management and fundraising. They teach how to build a proper financial model. Understand valuation. Construct a compelling pitch deck. That financial literacy prepares founders for larger rounds and helps them speak investors' language with confidence. Beyond funding, hubs offer invaluable technical support. Support comes in many forms. Free or heavily discounted cloud credits, cloud platforms such as AWS and Microsoft Azure, access to specialized SDKs and APIs. More importantly, hands-on mentorship from seasoned chief technology officers and from product managers. A non-technical founder can be paired with an expert to architect the system, choose the right tech stack, and manage development. This technical scaffolding is essential for building a robust, scalable product from day one. Providing capital and technical resources under one roof creates intense focus and rapid progress. Founders are freed from the fear of running out of money and from navigating complex technical decisions alone. Instead, they focus on what matters: talking to customers, building the product, refining the business model. Hubs act as a protective cocoon. They provide capital and technical know-how, allowing fragile startups to survive vulnerable periods and develop into resilient, market-ready enterprises. This comprehensive support is the core of their value proposition. Section 2. From validation to velocity, pilots and market access. Perhaps the most unique and powerful service provided by Egyptian accelerators is brokering access to the market through corporate and government partnerships. This is where the ecosystem's interconnectedness pays enormous dividends. Hubs and accelerators have spent years building deep relationships with Egypt's largest corporations in banking, telecommunications, real estate, consumer goods. They leverage these relationships to create structured pilot opportunities for startups. For a young company, this is an unparalleled advantage. It lets them bypass bureaucratic inertia and endless sales cycles and fast-track to the decision-makers. These pilot opportunities are the ultimate validation mechanism. A successful pilot proves the product can solve a real-world problem for a demanding, large-scale customer. For instance, a fintech startup might test its new digital lending platform within a branch of a major bank like CIB or Bank Misr. Or a proptech startup could implement its smart building management software in a new development by a real estate giant. The data, feedback, and operational learnings gathered during this phase are priceless. The process stress tests the product, uncovers hidden flaws, and provides a clear roadmap for future development. Successfully completing a pilot does more than just validate the product. It opens the door to significant commercial contracts. The pilot program often serves as a low-risk trial period for the corporate partner. If the startup delivers value and the technology proves stable and effective, the pilot can transition into a long-term, paid contract. That first major contract is a monumental milestone. It provides a stable revenue stream, a powerful case study for marketing materials, and a blue-chip client logo that lends immense credibility to the startup. This single achievement can dramatically alter a startup's trajectory, transforming it from a speculative venture into a proven vendor with tangible market traction. This systematic approach to market access fundamentally de-risks the go-to market strategy for B2B startups. Instead of burning through limited seed capital on speculative marketing and sales efforts, they are given a warm introduction and a clear path to their first flagship customer. The accelerator effectively acts as a trusted sales channel and business development partner. This curated access accelerates the path to revenue and provides a powerful signal to investors. A startup that has successfully navigated a pilot with a major Egyptian corporation is viewed as far less risky, possessing a proven product and a clear channel for scaling within a large and lucrative market. Section 3. The Human Network. Mentorship and investor relations beyond capital and market access. The true long-term value of these hubs lies in their human element. They are, at their core, curated networks of people. The mentorship programs are central to this. Accelerators assemble a deep bench of mentors. Successful entrepreneurs who have built and exited companies, seasoned industry executives with decades of domain expertise, functional specialists in marketing, law, and finance. This is not generic advice. A founder building a health tech company can get direct feedback from a doctor who understands hospital workflows. A founder in the creator economy can be mentored by someone who has scaled a major regional media platform. This mentorship provides psychological and strategic support. The entrepreneurial journey is notoriously lonely and fraught with uncertainty. Having a trusted mentor who has been through the same struggles provides perspective and encouragement. Mentors act as a sounding board, helping founders navigate difficult decisions. Co-founder disputes, strategic pivots. They ask the tough questions founders might avoid. They provide an objective, external viewpoint to stay on course. This structured guidance helps founders avoid predictable mistakes and increases survival odds. Peer-to-peer networks within cohorts create bonds and collaborative problem-solving. Critically, these hubs are the primary conduit to the investor community. years of trusted relationships with local and regional venture capital funds, angel investor networks, corporate venture arms. They understand investment theses, ticket sizes, the personalities of each investor. When it comes time for a startup to raise its next round of funding, the accelerator doesn't just send a cold email introduction. They make a warm, personal connection to the most relevant partners at the right funds. They help the founder tailor their pitch to each investor, ensuring the story resonates with investor focus and interests. This curated networking culminates in the high-stakes demo day and subsequent one-on-one investor meetings. The hub's endorsement carries significant weight. Investors know that any company graduating from a top accelerator has already been through a rigorous vetting and development process. This pre-selection saves investors time and focuses them on high-quality, pre-vetted deal flow. For the founder, it means they are not just pitching into a void. They are presenting to a room of warm leads who are actively looking to deploy capital into companies just like theirs. This managed, efficient matchmaking process is the final, critical service that transforms a promising startup into a well-funded company poised for growth. Section 1. The local champions, seeding the ecosystem. The foundation of Egypt's venture capital landscape is a robust and increasingly sophisticated group of local investment firms. These are the on-the-ground champions who possess deep knowledge of the market's unique complexities and opportunities. Collage of prominent Egyptian VC logos: Sawari Ventures, Algebra Ventures, Disruptech, Flat6 Labs, Cairo Angels, Sawari Ventures, Algebra Ventures. They raised some of the first significant funds dedicated to Egyptian tech startups, making bold bets when the ecosystem was still in its infancy. Their success generated returns and proved the VC model's viability in Egypt, paving the way for a new generation of fund managers. The first wave has been joined by specialized and stage-focused funds. Disruptech, a leading fintech-focused investor, leveraging deep industry connections to support startups transforming Egypt's financial services sector. Flat6 Labs, born from the accelerator model, now operating a seed fund, providing crucial early-stage capital to promising graduates. Sequence Ventures, Acacia Ventures, formerly Cairo Angels. Angel syndicates like the Cairo Angels Syndicate Fund, CASF, mobilize capital from high-net-worth individuals. What these local VCs bring is far more than just money. Their primary value: operational expertise and dense local networks. They understand regulatory hurdles. They understand consumer behavior. They understand cultural nuances. An investment from a firm like Algebra Ventures comes with hands-on support in governance. Algebra supports strategic planning. Algebra supports local talent acquisition. They make crucial introductions to potential corporate clients. They introduce distribution partners. They connect to government officials. They help portfolio companies navigate scaling in the Egyptian market. These local champions are critical for seeding the entire ecosystem. They're often the first institutional check, seed and Series A. Typical ticket sizes: $250,000 up to a few $1 million. Their early-stage risk-taking lets ideas mature and attract larger regional investors. They are the talent scouts. They are the company builders. They are the essential first believers. Without this strong and active base of local VCs, the pipeline would quickly dry up and the ecosystem's growth would stall. Section 2. The regional magnet. Foreign capital flows in. As Egyptian startups mature and prove their models, they become a powerful magnet for regional and international capital. The second layer of the VC landscape consists of major investors from the Gulf Cooperation Council and beyond who are drawn to Egypt for clear strategic reasons. The sheer size of the domestic market is the primary attraction. With a population of over 110 million, Egypt offers a scale that is unmatched in the Middle East. For a regional VC based in the UAE or Saudi Arabia, a successful investment in Egypt can single-handedly deliver fund-returning multiples. This makes the country an essential component of any serious pan-regional investment strategy. Prominent regional VCs are now fixtures in Egypt's major funding rounds. Firms like Global Ventures Sharouk Partners. Global powerhouse 500 Global has a significant presence, running programs and investing heavily from its regional funds. Saudi Arabia's influential STV, Abu Dhabi's sovereign-backed ADQ. These firms bring not only larger check sizes, often leading Series A and Series B rounds, but also a gateway to expansion into the lucrative Gulf markets, creating a powerful synergy for ambitious Egyptian founders. The influx of foreign capital is also driven by the diversity of Egypt's economy and the strength of its technical talent. Unlike some Gulf economies that are heavily concentrated in specific sectors, Egypt offers compelling opportunities across a wide range of industries: fintech, logistics, healthcare, e-commerce. This diversification allows regional investors to build a balanced portfolio. Furthermore, Egypt is renowned for its deep pool of affordable, high-quality engineering and technical talent. For a regional investor, backing an Egyptian startup means backing a company with a sustainable competitive advantage in product development and innovation, allowing them to build world-class technology at a fraction of the cost. Finally, a crucial role is played by development finance institutions like the International Finance Corporation, the European Bank for Reconstruction and Development (Proparco). These institutions provide capital at a larger scale, often acting as limited partners, LPs, who invest in local VC funds, which provides the foundational capital for firms like Algebra Sawari. They also participate directly in larger growth stage rounds. Their involvement sends a powerful signal of stability and confidence to other private investors. This multi-layered capital stack, local seed VCs, regional growth investors, institutional DFIs, creates a complete funding lifecycle, ensuring that Egyptian startups have access to the right capital at every stage of their journey from launch to regional dominance. One of the largest and most immediate opportunities for startups in Egypt lies in the vast, under-digitized sectors that form the backbone of its economy. Real estate, construction, healthcare, manufacturing, legacy systems, paper-based processes, and fragmented communication channels. This creates immense friction, inefficiency, and a lack of transparency. Any technology solution that can simplify a complex workflow, automate a manual task, or provide data-driven insights, the market is not asking for radical, unproven science fiction. It is demanding practical, operational tools that solve immediate, costly problems for established players. In real estate and construction, for example, the opportunity is enormous. Project management is often chaotic, with poor coordination between contractors, suppliers, and developers, leading to delays and cost overruns. A startup offering a simple mobile-first platform for site management, progress tracking, and materials procurement can deliver immediate value. Similarly, the property transaction process is notoriously opaque and bureaucratic. Startups that create digital marketplaces, streamline title transfers, or offer virtual tour technologies are tapping into a deep well of consumer and developer frustration. The winning products in this space are those that bring order to the chaos and create a single source of truth for complex, multi-stakeholder projects. The healthcare sector presents a similar landscape of opportunity. While Egypt has excellent medical professionals, the patient experience and administrative infrastructure are ripe for disruption. The simple act of finding a doctor, booking an appointment, and managing medical records is often a cumbersome, offline process. Startups building platforms for clinic management, digital prescriptions, and telemedicine consultations are addressing fundamental needs. On a larger scale, hospital management systems that can optimize bed occupancy, manage inventory for pharmaceuticals, and streamline patient billing can significantly improve efficiency and quality of care. The key is to build solutions that integrate seamlessly into existing healthcare workflows, empowering providers rather than replacing them. Manufacturing and transport are also prime targets for digitization. Egypt is a major industrial and logistics hub, yet many factories still rely on manual production tracking, and supply chain management is often coordinated via phone calls and spreadsheets. A SaaS platform that offers real-time inventory visibility, predictive maintenance for machinery, or route optimization for delivery fleets can unlock millions of dollars in savings. The core principle is the same across all these industries. Find the most painful manual process, the most expensive manual process, and the most time-consuming manual process, and replace it with a simple, elegant, and affordable digital solution. The demand is already there. The challenge is to build a product that is robust, easy to adopt, and delivers a clear return on investment. That's really the heart of it. Beyond the large legacy industries, an equally compelling opportunity exists in serving Egypt's massive and vibrant SME sector. With an estimated 3.5 million or more SMEs operating across the country, these businesses form the true engine of the economy, driving employment, local commerce. However, the vast majority are underserved by technology. They run operations using notebooks, basic spreadsheets, or simply by memory. This creates a huge, addressable market for startups building affordable, accessible tools, designed for a small shop owner, a local workshop, a family-run restaurant. The demand for basic financial and operational software is immense. Simple accounting automation tools can save dozens of hours a month, freeing owners to focus on customers. Digital point-of-sale systems replace clunky cash registers. They provide data on sales trends and popular items. Inventory management prevents stockouts and reduces waste, direct impact on the bottom line. Not complex enterprise solutions, straightforward user-friendly apps, run on a basic smartphone or tablet. Go to market often, freemium model, or a low monthly subscription. Easy, low risk for cost-conscious owners. Another critical pain point: access to finance. Traditional banks often see lending to SMEs as too costly and risky, creating a significant credit gap. Door opens for fintech startups and alternative lending platforms. Use company sales data, inventory data, payment history, build more accurate credit scoring models, provide working capital loans, invoice financing, trade credit. B2B marketplaces connect small manufacturers or farmers with buyers, help access larger markets, and secure better payment terms. These solutions are financial lifelines for growth and resilience. The key: distribution and trust. Founders must reach millions of fragmented, non-digitally native owners, build networks of on-the-ground sales agents, partner with business associations, integrate with existing SME platforms. Product must be incredibly intuitive, require minimal training, offer customer support in Arabic. Startups that build trusted brands and efficient distribution will tap a massive, loyal customer base, creating a highly defensible, profitable business. Well, yeah, that's the opportunity. Section 3. New Frontiers, Green Energy, and Youth-Focused Services. Looking beyond the immediate digitization, two other frontiers present significant, long-term opportunities for startups: the green economy and services targeting Egypt's massive youth population. Egypt's government has made green and renewable energy a national priority, driven by environmental goals and the economic imperative to secure its energy future. This top-down support creates a favorable environment for startups working in solar power, water management, waste recycling, e-mobility. Opportunities range from software to optimize solar farms to hardware for smart water metering in agriculture and residential compounds. The transition to a greener economy is creating new value chains. In waste management, startups connect waste generators like households and businesses with collectors and recycling facilities, turning trash into a valuable commodity. In mobility, the rise of electric vehicles, from scooters to buses, is creating demand for charging infrastructure, battery management software, and fleet optimization systems for electric delivery vehicles. These aren't niche projects, they're infrastructure plays for Egypt's next-gen economy. Startups that get in early can become key players in a sector poised for decades of investment. At the same time, Egypt's demographic pyramid presents a different, equally powerful opportunity. Over 60% of the population is under 30, creating voracious demand for digital services focused on education, employment, entertainment. In edtech, startups offer supplemental tutoring, language learning, vocational skills training, bridging gaps between formal education and the modern job market. These platforms serve digital natives comfortable learning online, creating a scalable market for subscription-based content and services. The youth-focused digital economy extends into work and play. freelancing platforms connecting Egypt's creative and technical talent with global clients are gaining traction. The creator economy is booming, with tools to help creators monetize through merchandise, fan subscriptions, and brand partnerships. Gaming is exploding. Locally themed mobile games and esports tournament platforms are fertile ground. For founders who understand culture, aspirations, and digital habits of young Egyptians, the chance is to build the defining consumer platforms for the next generation. Part 6. Act 5. Risks and Misconceptions plus Future Trends, about 2 sections. Section 1. The Myth of Instability. Seeing opportunity in volatility. Any serious discussion about the Egyptian market must address the prevailing narratives of risk. The most common misconception is that Egypt is simply too politically unstable to build a durable business. The most common misconception is that Egypt is simply too economically unstable to build a durable business. This view, often formed by fleeting international headlines, equates macroeconomic volatility with operational impossibility. However, the reality on the ground paints a far more nuanced picture. Egypt possesses one of the most mature and resilient private sectors in all of Africa. The country's leading corporations, family businesses have successfully navigated decades of economic cycles and political shifts. This has bred a generation of business leaders, a workforce that are incredibly adaptive, resourceful, and accustomed to operating in a dynamic environment, a trait that permeates the startup ecosystem. This leads to the second major misconception, that the current macroeconomic environment, particularly currency devaluation, makes investing prohibitively risky. The conventional wisdom is to wait on the sidelines until stability returns. However, savvy investors and founders see this differently. They understand that periods of macroeconomic pressure create unique strategic opportunities. A devalued currency makes Egyptian talent one of the country's greatest assets, globally competitive on a cost basis. This allows a well-capitalized startup to build a world-class engineering team at a fraction of the cost of their peers in Europe or North America. This allows a well-capitalized startup to build a world-class sales team at a fraction of the cost of their peers in Europe or North America. It becomes a strategic advantage, not a liability, for building scalable, export-oriented technology products. Furthermore, challenging macro environments create opportunities to acquire assets and market share cheaply. During economic downturns, customer acquisition costs can fall. Advertising rates may decrease. Competitors with weaker balance sheets may falter. For a startup with a strong value proposition and a solid funding base, this is a prime moment to aggressively expand its footprint and solidify its market leadership. It's a time to build a defensible moat while others are retrenching. The founders and investors who have generated the greatest returns in emerging markets are often those who had the conviction to invest counter-cyclically, recognizing that short-term volatility can be the incubator for long-term value. The final myth is a geographical one, that the Egyptian startup scene is entirely concentrated in Cairo and that the rest of the country is irrelevant. While Cairo is undeniably the dominant hub, this view is increasingly outdated. A deliberate and organic decentralization is taking place. Alexandria, with its historic commercial importance and strong universities, has a burgeoning startup scene of its own. Mansoura is becoming a hub for technical talent. Asyut in Upper Egypt is home to a growing number of community-led initiatives. Most notably, the massive investment in the new administrative capital is designed to create a new, smart city hub for government and business, which will inevitably spawn its own ecosystem of tech startups. Section 2. The Next Decade, Charting Egypt's Technological Future. Looking forward, Egypt's next decade of technological development will be shaped by several powerful converging trends. The first is a major push towards green industrialization. With its abundant sunshine and strategic location, Egypt is positioning itself to be a regional leader in renewable energy. This goes beyond just solar panels. We will see the rise of a hydrogen economy, the development of carbon credit markets, a wave of startups focused on industrial decarbonization, backed by significant government and DFI funding, A new category of climate tech companies will emerge, building solutions for energy production, water conservation, the circular economy, creating local impact and exportable expertise. A second, parallel trend is comprehensive digitization of government services. The government is aggressively digitizing payments, business licensing, taxation, legal documents. That creates foundational digital infrastructure for startups. As processes move online, opportunities explode for companies helping citizens and businesses navigate the new bureaucracy. Digital identity verification tools, tax compliance platforms for SMEs, services to streamline cross-border trade documentation. This GovTech wave will reshape the relationship between state and economy. The third major trend is acceleration of regional expansion. Historically, startups focused on the domestic market. Now many are built day one to scale across the Middle East and Africa. The local market becomes a launchpad, not the final destination. They will leverage Egypt's cost-effective talent and battle-hardened operations to compete in the GCC and expand into East Africa. Regional VCs will open doors, turning Egyptian startups into pan-regional powerhouses. Finally, two interconnected trends will define the cutting edge: mega-logistics and AI-first startups. The Suez Canal Zone is set to become a massive logistics and manufacturing hub, driving demand for advanced supply chain tech, freight optimization software, autonomous port vehicles, powered by Egypt's deep pool of engineering talent. That same talent fuels AI-first companies. Expect a surge in AI-powered SaaS for global customers, automation solutions for local industries, new ML platforms solving uniquely Egyptian problems, establishing Egypt as a net exporter of artificial intelligence. Section 1. The verdict: Egypt's unmistakable opportunity. Throughout this analysis, we have dismantled the prevailing myth of Egypt as a market defined solely by risk and instability. We have replaced it with a data-backed reality. Egypt is a strategic, multifaceted powerhouse in the making. It is far more than just another emerging market. A continental-scale consumer economy, a burgeoning manufacturing hub for Europe and the Middle East, a fintech gateway for Africa, an increasingly potent platform for exporting technology built on world-class, cost-effective talent. The narrative of volatility misses the deeper story: a resilient, structured, and profoundly opportunistic ecosystem. The pipeline from university to venture capital is robust. The support systems are mature, and the path to scale is clear. For founders, the call to action is to look beyond the headlines. Focus on the tangible gaps in the market. The opportunities are not in speculative moonshots, but in building practical, operational solutions. For the country's vast, under-digitized core industries and its millions of underserved small and medium-sized enterprises. Construction, healthcare, logistics, manufacturing. The demand for tools that can bring efficiency to these industries is immense and immediate. For those who can build user-friendly, affordable software to power the SME engine, the market is nearly limitless. Egypt rewards founders who solve real, tangible problems with robust, scalable technology, creating a clear playbook for building a valuable company. For investors, the message is equally clear. View the macroeconomic challenges not as a deterrent, but as a strategic entry point. Periods of currency fluctuation create generational buying opportunities. Acquire market share. Partner with top-tier talent. Back ambitious companies at favorable valuations. Smart capital understands short-term volatility is the price of admission for long-term growth. The time to build conviction is now, while others remain hesitant on the sidelines. The evidence points to an ecosystem that is not just surviving, but is structured to thrive, ready to produce the next wave of regional and even global category leaders. Therefore, the final verdict is unambiguous. Egypt has methodically assembled all the necessary ingredients for a breakout startup market: massive domestic population, a deep talent pool, a complete capital stack, clear addressable market needs. The time for passive observation is over. Meet with the hubs and accelerators. Engage with the founders who are building on the front lines. seriously consider Egypt as a critical pillar for any strategy focused on Africa and the Middle East. The next chapter of the region's tech story is being written today on the banks of the Nile.